Okay, welcome everybody to another edition of Friday Night Live. Tonight we are joined by two American players who ply their trade over in the Swedish Elite League, Brady Ferguson and Taylor Matson, who are going to give us a little rundown on their journey through hockey, and also a little bit about playing abroad, playing in Sweden, coming through the college system, and they're going to, as usual, answer all your questions, however wide and varied they may be. Tonight, you probably noticed it's just myself and Martin. Stephen's lurking about in the reeds in the background somewhere. He's feeling a bit under the weather, so all his posts this week about the three worst hosts, it just becomes the two worst hosts. But that's life. I'm sure we'll all be fine. As usual, what we'll do is when it comes to the question and answer time, pop your questions in the chat box, and myself and Martin will read them out to the guys, and we'll do our best to answer all the questions. And also, it's the usual. What Stephen's favourite line is: remember and put your view on a speaker view, and you'll get the person who's speaking only, instead of the gallery view of everybody sitting on their couches doing whatever they're doing. Okay, so without further ado, I'll pass you over to Brady and Taylor, they're going to give us a little rundown on their hockey careers, their hockey histories, and what it's like to be a pro hockey player. So, guys, welcome along tonight. How are we doing?
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. Yeah, so if you just want to kick off, give us a little rundown, a little background on who you are and where you've been and what you're doing.
You want me to go first, Taylor?
Yeah, go ahead, Brady.
Okay, guys. I know I met a few of you guys a couple of summers ago, but obviously my name's Brady. I grew up in Dallas, Texas, which isn't a pretty big place to play hockey, so it's kind of like Scotland a bit. But I grew up playing like AA hockey kind of my whole life, which is probably not the highest level of hockey you want to play when you're growing up. And then when I turned 17, I started to get a little bit better in developing my game throughout the years. I had a bunch of good coaches when I was younger, so I made the AAA team when I was 17, and then got an opportunity to play junior hockey in the North American Hockey League. And I played there for 2 seasons, and I earned a Division I scholarship to Robert Morris University. And then after 4 years there, I got a management degree, and ended up signing my first pro deal with the Toronto Marlies, and played in their organization for 2 seasons, and was up and down from the American League and the East Coast Hockey League. And then my first year in the East Coast Hockey League, we ended up winning the championship. And then the second year was the last year. COVID happened, so we pretty much played the whole season, then weren't able to play playoffs, so it kind of sucked. And then after this, it was a long summer of not knowing what I was going to do. Came pretty close to trying to find a real job and start not playing hockey, which kind of sucked and was pretty scary at one point after 4 months of doing absolutely nothing, trying to find a job during COVID times. And then I got a call from Rogle, and was lucky enough to make it over to Sweden to come play with Matson. So it's been a good year so far. Hopefully make a nice playoff run. But I'll let Matson explain Sweden a little bit more. He's played here for 7-8 years now, so he can explain probably the Swedish culture and hockey side a little bit better.
Yeah, thanks, Brady. Hi, everyone. My name's Taylor Matson. I'm I'm originally from Minnesota in the U.S. I grew up in a huge, unlike Brady and maybe in Scotland, I grew up with a huge hockey culture. Minnesota is kind of the sport is hockey there. So I grew up playing there and playing high school hockey for 4 years, and ended up getting a scholarship to play at the University of Minnesota, which is my hometown team. I played 2 seasons of junior hockey in the USHL for the Des Moines Buccaneers. That was just a top AAA hockey junior league in the U.S. I played 2 years there, and I ended up getting recruited to the college team. And that was my dream as a kid, was to play college hockey and play for the University of Minnesota and the Gophers. So I played there for 4 seasons. I was a captain my last season. We ended up going all the way to the Frozen Four my last year, which is pretty cool to be a part of. We got to fly down to Tampa Bay and play down there. Then I ended up, I got drafted out of high school by the Vancouver Canucks in 2007. It was a long time ago, but still pretty cool to get drafted as a kid when you're 18. And I spent a lot of summers there for development camps, and yeah, I ended up getting an AHL deal with them my first year out of college. I unfortunately had problems with injuries throughout my career. I had a ACL injury in my first pro season after 2 games, and it was a lockout in NHL and everything. So it was a tough first pro season for myself, but it was a good experience being in the AHL during the lockout. And yes, I can speak Swedish from Cooper there. I'll get to that in a second, but then it was I played 3 years in the AHL with Chicago Wolves, which is the farm team for the Vancouver Canucks. Then I was up and down on the coast my last season with Iowa Wild and Orlando Solar Bears. And then I ended up I didn't want to keep bouncing around leagues and teams, and I got a good opportunity to come over to Sweden with Rogle. This was 7-8 years ago. They were in the second league, and when I first came over, so it was a good opportunity for me to come and get a lot of playing time and get some confidence back and start having fun playing hockey again. So we had a really good year my first year, and ended up winning the championship and moving up to the top league the following season. And I've just kind of stayed here and just kept re-signing with Rogle over the years, and the team has gotten better every single season. And with a lot of good import players like Brady coming in and helping the team win has been fun, and there's been a lot of players coming in and out of here, and yeah, it's kind of fun to see the different cultures of hockey in Sweden and how it is back home in the States. It's obviously a much smaller scale, and I'm sure it's kind of like how Scotland's going to be. It's a much smaller scale, but it's everyone knows everyone in the hockey world, and it's pretty cool to be a part of.
Okay.
Thanks, Taylor.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Barry, I'll just ask a couple of questions then to get started. Taylor, who was your biggest influence as a young man? Who was your coach that made you really want to be a hockey player?
Yeah, it's actually a tough question. I didn't have my parents didn't play hockey or anything like that, but my dad was definitely a huge influence on me. He's the one that taught me how to skate, and he built me a rink every summer. Out back of our house, we had a lake, and he used to make a rink for me every winter, and so that really got me interested in hockey. And he pushed me to be the player as I am and person I am today. So I'd have to thank him for teaching me how to skate when I was a young kid, and bringing me to NHL games when I was young, and get me interested in. It was the North Stars back then when I was a kid growing up, and bringing me to Minnesota Wild games too. So it was I'll have to say my dad, and then some of my coaches when I was young. That just got me to believe. Yeah, had fun playing hockey and made it as a fun sport for me more than just a job. It was more just have fun playing hockey and playing on the rinks and playing outside. That's how I fell in love with the game.
Yeah, great. Fergie, you get anyone that was the biggest influence for you?
I mean, I've had plenty of really good coaches, but I'd have to say the same thing. Like my parents have always been there for me and have supported me in anything I really kind of wanted to do. So I think growing up in Texas, it was a bit odd for someone to want to play hockey. So it was pretty difficult. They're driving miles and miles to try to find a rink when I was growing up. But now the Stars have done a really good job and expanded the game a bit, so it's a little bit bigger. But I've had a ton of good coaches. I think growing up, I had when I played juniors, like Harry Mahood, which some of you guys know. He was a really good coach for me, and just taught me a bunch of little things and that are pretty hard to explain. I'm sure if you knew Harry, he would he could twist some words,
Yeah.
make you ask some questions to yourself. But I think the number one thing that he's kind of taught me is you got to love hockey if you're going to play it. That you can't just like it really, because you got to have a passion for it. It's
Yeah. Well, that was my next question was, what was the best bit of advice you've ever been given?
oof.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's tough. I mean, there's so many little things, but I mean, I think one thing that I always tell myself if I'm ever, maybe not enjoying it as much as I should be, is is just to like remember that it's a game and it's meant to be fun. That's what I tell myself, and it makes me feel young still. Like the other day, I skated on my first frozen pond with Matson, and it made me feel like a little kid again. So it was pretty cool to also see there was kids ripping around out there and playing hockey. So it was pretty cool to have that feeling again. But I think it's just enjoy it. Don't think about it too much, especially at a young age. Like
you get frozen ponds in Dallas this year, probably the only year.
yeah, did you see that? Yeah. It's never happened. Never happened.
Yeah. Matson, you got anything, the best bit of advice you've ever been given?
Yeah, it's like Brady said, it's a super hard question to answer, but yeah, I honestly think just having fun playing the game, like Brady said, it's everyone wants to go shoot 1,000 pucks or wants to do, buy the biggest hockey sets of drills and coaching and everything. I think all that is great and dandy, but you got to have the right mindset for all that. That you need to have the game should be extremely fun when you're young, and you should just learn the game when you're young, and not worry about so much skill and overdoing. And I also think that you should play other sports as you're a young kid as well. I grew up playing baseball, tennis, every other sport during the off season, and I think that really grounded me into being a really good hockey player because I had so much experience from other sports, and it made you a well-rounded athlete. But I just think really just having fun, enjoying the moment, and I mean, time flies. I'm already 32, and I'm skating with 18-year-olds and practice every day. So it's really important just to enjoy the moment. And if you really want to play the NHL, have the passion to do that, and you'll get there if you really believe it. And yeah, just be true to your dreams and always never stop dreaming. I think that's another thing, that you got to have dreams in order to pursue something. And my dream was playing the NHL. I never got there yet, but we're in the third best league in the world, and that's something you can be proud of.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. So I've one question that's relevant to both of you as well. So how do you think the standard of hockey in the Swedish Elite League compares to NCAA hockey? How do you think that standard compares, and the players, the depth? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think the Swedish Hockey League is very, very professional. They treat the players very well. If you get a deal in Sweden, they're going to take care of you and make you feel part of the team, and which I really valued. Which is really nice playing in Sweden. And college hockey, that's a whole other animal. you know, if you're getting a scholarship to play in college, you're going to get treated really well. And usually colleges have a lot of money, and they get you with good gear and good sticks, and set you up for having a good time, best 4 years of your life when you're going to college. So it's you have to really appreciate that going to college. And maybe you can add to that, Fergie, but that's my feeling.
Yeah, I think college, like, not only is it the 4 best years of your life, you also get to develop. You get to develop, you know, your on ice skills with you don't. Well, how many games do you play? NCAA 30,
35 maybe.
35 in playoffs. So you have a lot of practice time, and you're skating every day, and playing 2 games a week. So you get to develop quite a bit while you're there. And what I noticed the most, I probably gained the most muscle mass in my 4 years there. We were working out a ton. So that's when I first started, like, really getting into lifting weights. But I think college does a really good job of moving guys on to play pro hockey for a long time.
Yeah, I think college hockey really sets you up for your future in hockey. It, like Brady said, it teaches you how to eat right, teaches you how to train right, and you're going to be well prepared for pro hockey after. I was very well prepared for pro hockey after. I was almost too prepared, because pro guys don't take care of each other as well as they do in college. And so it was really a great experience going there. Like Brady said, you develop over those 4 years, and you really become a better hockey player from it.
Yeah, and just on that, how long did it take you to get established into the college hockey teams when you joined the college? Did it take a while, or did you go in straight away?
Sorry, what, to get adjusted right away?
You know, when you joined the college team,
Yeah.
did you straight into lineup, or did you take a bit of time to get established in the lineup?
Me personally, I think I was scratched my freshman year, my first game, because I tried to also go to a team that had like an availability like right away where they needed guys, but I was scratched, I think, for my first game, and then I think that was about it. After I think I played, I was scratched. You know, it's scratches, right? I didn't play. I didn't play the first game.
Healthy scratch.
Yeah, I was a healthy scratch, and then I don't think I missed a game after that, except for maybe I was injured maybe 1 or 2 games. But no, personally I tried to find a team that really, you know, wanted me and was gonna let me play. So I was lucky enough to play quite a bit.
Taylor, were you able to establish yourself in a team quite quick, or did you have to do much work?
Yeah, I actually, the college I went to was 20 minutes from my hometown, so I felt I could always go to my parents or turn to. But I know it's a luxury problem. But no, we ended up having we had to go to summer school before we enrolled our first season. So you got to get to know the campus, and you started school 6 months before you even started your first hockey season.
Really?
So that was I really enjoyed that, because it made me more comfortable when hockey rolled around. I was already used to the schooling and where I was going to live, and teammates and stuff. So it was, I think some colleges do that still today. They like to get guys in early and get them acclimated to, the system and how everything works. And, but no, the junior league, the USHL really prepared me for the league as well, playing college. And, you know, you play with a lot of those guys in that league, and a lot of you have the same experience. So it was an easy adjustment for me coming in and feeling like I can make a difference.
Yeah, great, good. Barry, over to you. You got some questions?
Yeah, sure. So one more question about college hockey, and then we'll move on to other bits of the careers. Just I suppose over here, the college hockey circuit, the NCAA and stuff, it's kind of alien to what we have here. But just tell us a little bit about the pressure that's involved, I guess, when you're a highly ranked player or whatever, and you're going into college hockey and there's pressure to perform and to get yourself ready for that next level, and how that feels, and and how you guys coped with it, probably both mentally and physically.
Yeah, I can take that. Yeah, it was going in, I think 20 out of our 25 players were drafted going in to my college team. So we had a very very skilled team with a lot of good players. So of course there's pressure there that you want to feel like you can contribute and be a part of the team. And but usually when college teams recruit you, you have a good feeling about the team you're going to. The coach really believes in you, and you have everything behind you just to succeed. You have training coaches, you have tutors for schooling, you have everything to help you succeed. And you have a lot of friends too that are going to make it a fun time for you. So it's obviously mentally in college for me, it was about just having fun. Like, I mean, it was supposed to be your best years of your life. I know you're a top prospect, but at the same time, you're there to live life and enjoy yourself. And that really helped me. It was relaxing and not being so caught up in the moment, but just performing at the peak because I need to be in the NHL in 1 year. It was more just having fun with my college teammates because that's my first season here. And I think that really helped me. It was just having fun and creating bonds with those players and teammates that I still have today. That really helped you be a better hockey player. Because when you feel that you're comfortable and you have good teammates that you're playing with, you're going to play your best hockey. So for me, that was a huge thing for me, that once I got comfortable and, we have a bunch of first-round draft picks on our team, it was just a matter of playing together and getting everyone to believe in the same thing. And it just kind of flowed from there. So I don't think you need to feel pressure. Just go out and play your game. They recruited you there for a reason, and just keep playing. Be true to yourself and play your game.
Yeah, good. I think, sorry, Brady, just before you jump in there, I think that's something that so for our kids to relate to that. So we've got kids on from, I see some really young ones, so probably 6, 7, 8 years old, right up to there's 18, 19, 20-year-olds on as well, and coaches and the right mixture. I think for us, that's when these kids are getting selected for things like Scotland trials, GB trials, or moving up to the next age group. So our age groups are every 2 years here. So it's 11s, 13s, 15s. And there's probably a little bit of apprehension at times. Kids are going to practices with older players, or, they're meeting for the first time as Scotland players. And I think that's really good advice, is, like, you're there for a reason. We picked you for a reason, or your coach picked you for a reason. So just go out and play your game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think Matson said it perfectly. One thing that I guess I think probably everyone might struggle with is when you think too far ahead. Like, let's say you're 14 and you really want to make that 16 and under team at the highest level, and that's all you're thinking about. You're not going to perform your best currently at your 14 under team. That might cost you to not make the higher level team. So I know when I was maybe my first year juniors, or second year juniors, I was more worried about going on to college, and so I would forget about what I needed to do right at my on my current team, instead of I was thinking about where I'm going to be in the future. So I would just live in the present and have fun. I think that's what it's all about.
Let it be, Brady.
What was that?
Let it be.
Yeah, exactly. Let it be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Good answers. Good advice. So both of you obviously had the experiences in the AHL and obviously roundabout NHL draft with you yourself, Matt. So is there any sort of cool moments that you can think back on, people you've skated with, or players you've met, or you know, just cool experiences round about the times in the pro leagues in North America.
Yeah, that's a long, could be a long answer, but yeah, like I said, I grew up in Minnesota, and you know, all the Minnesota pro players that you see in the NHL, and I think I've skated with probably all of them. But yeah, Marian Gaborik back in the day when he played for the Wild, Nick Bukestad, Nick Leddy, Patrick Kane I played against when I was young. I'll just to name a few names, but yeah,
I'd like to name drop. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Let's love the name drop.
No, but we a lot of us have the same agents, and we run a bunch of agent camps in the summer, so you get to skate and, you know, get familiar with those guys, and yeah, just very grateful to be a part of that and where I grew up, because I got to be around hockey where it was a huge part of my life. And no, but yeah, it was fun being skating with those guys and seeing what it takes to be in the NHL, and you learn a lot. It comes down to details, and you know, guys that are playing college hockey could be in NHL, but it comes down to just small details that make the difference between guys that are there and not. I think that's really good to know. When I was about to know that a little bit younger, it might have helped that you got to get down to the details of the game, and that are going to help you get there. But yeah, that's some of the guys I've skated with and been a part of. And I think another cool experience for me was maybe my first AHL game after college. I was just kind of nervous, and just being around the guys that had played pro hockey for 10 years. And, you know, I was a first year guy and just kind of being nervous. And but I remember in warmups, I just kind of had a feeling that I was, you know, I belonged here, and I definitely was as good as these guys. And it's something you should just always carry with you, even if you move up levels, if you're going from 14 to 16 to 18, whatever it is, that like we said before, you're there for a reason, and they wouldn't put you there in that position if you're not going to succeed. So don't have any doubts in yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't grow up in a hockey town like Minnesota, so I didn't have any of that. But I'd probably say going to the Leafs camp, and getting to see you know, all their top players like Matthews and Marner, and really half their team are just absolute studs. So that was cool to see. But I liked watching Patrick Marleau. He played for the Sharks for 50 years or something. I don't know. The guy's been there forever. He's going to play more games than Gordie Howe this year, next year. And I think he was like 40 years old, and this guy was in the best shape ever. So it was, I thought that was pretty crazy to see. But those guys just have so much skill and strength. But I think you can just tell that they love hockey, and they have a huge passion for it, and they're not just there to, you know, get paid. They love it. So
was Sheldon Keefe not your coach at the Marlies as well, the current Maple Leafs coach?
Yeah, he was my coach for whenever I was up in the American League. He was a really good coach, pretty strict, but he's doing a great job with the Leafs right now. They're in first place in that division.
So the second most exciting team in the league.
Yeah, no, they got a fun team to watch. So I think it's pretty fun to watch those 3 or 6 players they have. So it's a good team.
Yeah, the game against the Oilers was brilliant. You know, the game played against the Oilers. That was very cool. Yeah. Barry?
Yeah. One more from me, and then we've got a good heap of questions building up here, so we'll start to fire through them. So I suppose it's just starting to touch on European hockey and moving across to Sweden. So at the time when both of you got the opportunity, obviously at different times, to move across to Europe, what did you know about the the leagues over here? What did you know about the countries? And did you have friends that had been over and played that gave you any good advice?
Yeah, I had a couple of friends that played over in Sweden and Norway and Denmark. There's some friends from college that I used to play with, and they didn't have the opportunity to play, AHL or coast, so they ended up going over there and for an opportunity. And they always really had good things to say about Sweden, especially. They said that it was just a great hockey country, and so I just had one close friend from college that really tried to push me every single summer to go over there and take a chance. And it was just a hard transition, leaving family and friends and just flying over by yourself. And I really didn't have that much experience I didn't know that much about other teams in Europe as a whole. I honestly never thought I was going to go play in Europe. I thought my career was going to be in the States and in the North America or in the American League, and hopefully try to get to the NHL. But there's a lot of great hockey over here as well. It's crazy to think about how many good teams there are in every country, and Sweden as a whole. It's been a great place to play. It's a lot of fun. It's a very skilled league, very fast league, so it's fun to play.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have too many teammates that were over in Europe, but I've had a few of my old coaches said that it'd be a good opportunity if I went to Europe. But same with me, I never expected to move to Europe, especially like only playing 2 years pro. I assumed I'd play 4 or 5 years in North America, then maybe try to come overseas. But it happened sooner than I thought, and I think it's been one of the best decisions in my hockey career. Like Matson said, the skill and speed in this league is top notch, and you're playing against guys or with guys that are going to play in the NHL for 10, 15 years. So it's got a lot of exposure. So it's still possible for us to maybe make it to higher leagues like the NHL or the KHL or Swiss. There's so many leagues in Europe, so there's just a lot of opportunities with us playing against these top end players. So it's been a pretty cool experience so far. And I don't think the hockey is a little bit different. I think it's faster, but it's still like we have Niels Hoglander. He was with us for a little bit more than half the season, and then he just jumped right into Vancouver's top 6, and he's playing every game, top minutes. And how old is he, Matsu? 20?
19, 20, yeah.
18. So I think that was really cool to see. When I first moved here, I knew he was signed with Vancouver, and to see how good he was at such a young age was pretty shocking to me. I've never seen anything like that, to be honest. And then we have another player, a defenseman on our team, Mort Snyder. He's going to be a stud for the Wings. So it's pretty cool to see and to play with.
Is he German?
Yeah, he's German.
Yeah.
I probably said his name completely wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoglander was playing last night against Oilers.
Yeah.
And he got good minutes last night.
Yeah.
He's a player, man. He's good.
How did he get so good so young?
I mean, I only know a little bit of his story, but Matzo played with him for a while. But his story is really cool.
Yeah, he came from like literally a town of like 10 people up in the woods of Sweden. So it's pretty cool for him to be where he's at right now. But I think he just has such a love for the game. That's what me and Brady have been saying from the start, that he loves the game more than anyone. He was up in the woods shooting pucks in the woods. He made his own shooting ramp, and he's playing with kids roller hockey after practice. He would go out in the streets here and play with kids roller hockey after practice just because he loved be creative and play with kids with new imagination. And I think he was the most creative player I've ever seen. So it just, his path, I think how he got so good so young was just playing at a very high level. As you know, he played in the second league in Sweden when he was 16 years old. And then the Abbots, our coach and GM, found him when he was in the second league and not really playing so much. And they just brought him in. They saw his skill level and he just kind of blossomed ever since. So it really happens fast if you really love the game. And, you know, from not even playing in the second league in Sweden, he's in the NHL in 3 years. So that just comes down to his love for the game and always trying to adapt and get better every season.
Good message there for all the boys and girls on the call. Good message. Barry, you any more questions?
No, I'm done.
You're done?
I'm done.
On
the list.
We'll go to the list. I'll do a few, Barry, and then you can jump on. Right.
So guys, these are you've probably seen just on the list there. These are all from all ages and stages, and you will literally be asked anything. So be prepared.
Yep.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Okay. First question from Jim Patterson. Do you think being a father will change your outlook on the game? I think that's aimed at you, Brady.
Yeah, I for sure. I think it's definitely going to change my outlook a little bit. I think a lot of guys on our team right now have kids and families, so I kind of seen how they handle it. But I think first thing will probably come my family and my son. So, but then it'll come hockey. So, but I don't know. I'm just looking forward to the experience, and I'm sure it'll be a blast. Hopefully, he is a better skater than I am.
Yeah, Taylor, you get kids?
No, we don't have any kids.
Okay, your question doesn't apply to you. You know it'll come. Yeah, just be prepared for those sleepless nights, Brady, and then getting up the next day having to go. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, a lot of coffee. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next question from Zach Doherty. What position do you play and why? We'll go for Taylor. What position do you play?
I play right wing, so right forward. I kind of grew up playing center, so I can do both, but I play right forward right now. So I'm an offensive player.
Yeah, good. Fergie?
Yeah, I'm a center, which is you guys know what center is. I play middle of the ice, but I'm left-handed. I can play left wing too. I think really wherever the coaches wants us to play, I think both of us will play it.
Yeah.
Except goal.
Okay. A question from Cooper. Are you in any games? So I think what Cooper means is, are you playing games right now? So I think I think the answer to that yes. And what I would say is that on Free Sports, guys, Free Sports on the 13th of March, the two guys are playing, and it's free in the UK, so you'll be able to watch the two guys playing on the 13th of March, free on TV.
That's awesome.
I'm sure you'll have some new Scottish fans watching those games.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
The next game from Callum McHattie. How long have you been playing hockey, Taylor?
I've been playing hockey since I started skating when I was 3 years old. So I've been gradually getting better ever since then. But my first pair of skates I was put on when I was 3. And yeah, like I said, I grew up on a lake, so I had the luxury of being outside every winter and learning to skate on the pond. So I've been playing I'm 32 years old now.
29 years?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow, that's a long time. I'm 26, so I was probably started playing hockey when I was, I don't know, 6, I guess. But same thing. I played roller hockey. Like I was in rollerblades, pretty young, like 4. And we just play hockey in like a cul-de-sac. But yeah, it feels like I've been playing hockey forever.
Yeah, yeah. Next question. Do you eat any certain food before a game? What's your pre-game meal?
Yeah, I think me and Brady eat pretty similar. And we get our restaurant at our rink fixes food for us. So we usually have like pasta, rice, chicken, and salmon, and then a salad as well. It's usually what our ritual is before games, and that's for lunch. Before, if we play at 7 o'clock at night, we eat that around 12 for lunch. So usually just a good carb with the rice or pasta, and then with the protein you get chicken or salmon. Those are kind of our staple pregame meals, I would say.
So you get 7 hours. Do you eat anything in between the 7 hours?
Yeah, and then at the rink, have like yogurt, granola bars, or what else they have? Like bread, cheese, meat. Just like it's probably like 2 hours before the game. Have a little snack.
We're probably around 5 again. Yeah,
like 5:30.
What about fluids before a game? Do you do any kind of protein shakes or energy things or anything like that?
I try to drink a lot of water throughout the day, and then the team provides like BCAAs, energy drinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but just depending if you want to take it or not.
Taylor, do you like the energy drinks?
Yeah. I wasn't a huge energy drink guy before. I always wanted to be like professional at what I was taking. I felt like I wanted to give my body the best opportunity to perform. But yeah, like Brady said, just drinking a lot of water before games is huge. And yeah, I definitely drink energy drinks before the game now. It feels like it gets me activated for the game. And I would play with the protein drinks still after the game, so you're cooling down while you're having protein drinks. That's what I do.
Do you guys do a pre-game skate?
Yeah. Depending on what time the game is at. Like if it's at 7 p.m., we'll skate in the morning. Yep. If it's at 3, probably not. It just depends. But the energy drinks they're not terrible, right? Like
no.
They're not like Red Bulls or
Monster.
They're more like a sport.
Yeah.
Like
or a caffeinated drink. Yeah.
Yeah. Not like something crazy. So.
Yeah. Kids, stay away from Monster.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, like it's not like a Monster. No.
I dread to think what's actually even in that stuff.
No, it's nothing like that. It's more of like electrolytes and caffeine.
Yeah. Okay. How many hat tricks have you scored? This is from Cooper Colley.
Too many to count.
Oh yeah.
No, probably not too many. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I can't remember my last one, to be honest. Probably when I was back in junior hockey, though. It's been
all that matters is if your team wins, Cooper.
Good answer.
Yep.
Good answer. Did you have you ever scored a hat trick in pro hockey?
I don't think so. I might a couple two.
Yeah, a couple twos.
Yeah, I might have one. I don't even remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I think that's Harris. Just a pause. Sorry I was late. I just finished my dinner. Thanks, Harris. Good point. Hope you had a good healthy dinner. Some chicken, some pasta. From Rory MC, who is the best team you have played? Who's the best team you've played against?
The best team? Wow. I mean, I'd say probably this year. What do you think the best team we played this year?
Probably Vecqua, maybe.
Yeah, the team that's right behind us in the standings is pretty good. But then again, like I think there's like 5 or 6 teams in this league that are capable of being the top team in this league. So.
Yeah, I would say for Lunda back a couple of years ago, they won back-to-back championships and CHL championships in the same season. They're a powerhouse team here in Sweden. They have a lot of NHL guys, and they always get top talent as well from Sweden. A lot of players want to go there and play junior. And
that's the Dalian came from as well, didn't he? He was still in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Dalian played there. Yeah, exactly.
Henrik Lundqvist's brother plays there. Joel.
The twins, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or at least look the same.
Yeah.
But he's a pretty solid centerman.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question from Harris. Brady, are you able to get on the ice? From Harris, from Lanarkshire.
Yeah, we're skating every day pretty much.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys get the ice back soon.
Hopefully. Cooper Colley wants to know, can you speak any Swedish? So I think.
Yeah, I can. I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but I understand everything, and I do speak Swedish. So I can definitely hold a conversation, and I can speak to the Swedish teammates and coaches as well.
Let's hear it, Matzo.
Yeah, Matt's got to embarrass you here. Can you give us a call?
Shane
Leggett, yeah, I had to Taylor Matson. Yeah.
It's better than my Swedish.
Can you speak?
No.
No.
I'm just grasping English, Taylor. Yeah. Okay. Barry, you want to take a couple?
Yeah, sure.
You know where we're at?
Yep, I'm here. I can see it. So, Aidan Patterson from wherever he's from now, Lanarkshire originally.
It's Fife right now.
Is he? So, Aidan's asking, what have been the keys to success this year for your team? Noticing obviously you guys are top of the league at the moment, top of the standings. So
you guys top right now?
Yeah, we're in first right now.
Do your research, can you? Do your research.
I looked 2 games ago. Second.
It's not good enough.
I know.
I think it starts in the summertime with conditioning. I think our team is probably top in the league in conditioning and strength training. But I think just the way our team gels on the ice and in the locker room it's got a mixture of players. It's not just all high-end skill guys. We got a pretty deep team with from our first line to fourth line to all of our D and both our goalies. So I think depth is probably the biggest key to our success right now.
Okay. Taylor, what you think? You've been there for a while. Would you think is this the best Rogle team you've played in?
Yeah, for sure. It's been evolving over the last couple of years. Last year we finished 3rd in the league, and then Corona hit, so we didn't play playoffs. But we had a really good team last year, but this is definitely the best Rogle team I've been a part of. We've kept basically the whole core of the team from the season before, and adding Brady and a couple other guys. We only changed maybe 4 or 5 players from the season before. So we had a lot to build on, and it just feels like everyone accepts their roles, and that's what you got to have for successful teams, that guys are willing to do certain things that not everyone else is willing to do. Everyone can't be scoring 30 goals a season, or everyone wants to do that and wants to do that and be the spotlight. But to make a great team, you got to have guys that do everything. So it's I think that's why we're where we're at.
Okay, good. So Greg B would like to know a little bit about junior hockey in Sweden, and would you recommend says European young players, but I guess Scottish young players, given the Swedish hockey camps a tryout as something to go to in the summer.
Yeah, for sure. I would. Oh, sorry, Brady. You want to take that?
No, you have. You've been here way longer. But from what I've seen, it's been really good. But you know more about it.
Yeah, for sure. I think the J18 and J20, or Sweden does a really good. I think they do a great job. Like, they bring their players up, and a lot of teams like to give their home junior players a chance in their highest A teams. So if you can get in, I think if you can get into one of those teams that have a team in the top league, SHL, that like Rogle, Frölunda, Skellefteå, some of those teams that are at the top of the league now, they have great junior programs, and like I said, they're always trying to get their young players into the A teams, and that's a huge part of it. That they want their homegrown players that have come up through the system and been part of their junior program. They always give them a chance, and so I would definitely recommend that for any young Scottish players that are looking to take that jump or leap. So that's definitely something I'd recommend.
Okay. Crawford Murray from Lanarkshire Lightning. How does the Swedish Hockey League compare to the AHL in terms of standards and skill level? It's to both of you.
I think the standard is pretty much the same. You know, the guys at both leagues are pretty high-end professionals. But I think just the game style is a little different. The ice is bigger in Sweden. I would say maybe a little faster paced than the American League, whereas the American League is probably a bit more heavy, a lot more hitting. And what's up, Zach? A little bit more hitting and a physical game. That's what I would say.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like Brady said, it's a smaller rink in the States, and it creates a more physical game. And in Sweden, it's a lot more playing with speed and creativity. And I think it's kind of the biggest differences that are separate the two right now. I haven't played in the AHL in the last 8 years, but I think it's pretty similar. It's more of a structured game, and Sweden is structured as well, but it's a lot more keep your speed and use the big ice to your advantage. And North America is more being in the right position and and the structure.
Okay, that's good. I think it's always funny. It's always funny for me hearing North American players talking about the big ice in Europe and Olympic size rinks and stuff. For us, it's the complete opposite. Like we would go across and watch, if we were on holiday or whatever, going across to America, watch a game, or in Canada, and we'd be like, ice is small. They're playing on small ice. We're not playing on big ice. They're playing on small ice. So it's funny. It's just the total opposite, Harris McMillan's got a good question for you both. Do you have any superstitions when you're getting you round about game day in the lead up to the puck drop? Right skate on first or any crazy stuff?
Oh man, I try not to think about that too much, because I think if you let's say you score 2 goals and you tied your skates a certain way, then you're going to do that the rest of your life. But I don't try to think about that too much. But I do put my left skate on first every time. But I don't know if that's even a superstition. I just do that.
It's a habit.
Yeah. But no, I don't really have any.
Yeah, for me, I guess I have some things I do just by, I don't know why, but I love having like new taped stick every period and like taping my knobs, and I like having my stick and skates kind of like in as good a condition as possible, because I feel like your skating and your stick are your most important skills that you can use. And so it's something I'm always I'm always messing with my sticks and skates to make them either new laces for a game day or just changing tape on your blade all the time to make it fresh. And I drink a lot of stuff during games. I have like 4 or 5 different drinks I like to have prepared before, and I don't have anything with my right skate first or anything like that. But I would say those are my superstitions for game day.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Brody K asks, how do you deal with homesickness and language barriers playing abroad?
I mean, it hasn't been too tough. Like, I have my wife here and our dog, but our coach is North American. He's from Canada. Where's Murph from? Is he from Canada as well?
Yeah.
We have 2 coaches that are Canadian and speak English, and then our other coach is Swedish. But everyone speaks English pretty much, so it's been pretty easy. But one thing that's hard is I can't just throw on the TV and watch something. I'm only watching Netflix. So, but I probably the hardest part is being away from family and friends. But luckily we have such good technology, and I can call them and Zoom chat them. So, but it's definitely been tough.
Yeah, it was definitely tough for me being away. I was a huge family guy with my parents, and being away from them for years, especially when I met my wife over here my first year, and I kind of started building up a life over in Sweden. It got a little bit tougher to be away from my family, but you create friends wherever you are, and like Brady said, we have such a good North American connection over here in this team, and it makes you feel like home for sure when you got 2 coaches that you can speak English to, and everyone in Sweden has really good English, so it makes you feel at home. And yeah, you always get good friends and your teammates too that can help you get through things for sure. That's one thing. I grew close with a couple of friends that I had when I was a single guy, and they help you pass the time, and it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I think this team does a really good job of like the transition. Like, all the guys everyone's super nice, and the organization does a really good job of just making it pretty easy on North American guys.
Yeah. Okay. Cooper Colley, question number 26 from him of the night. Can you do the Michigan on the ice, the wraparound move?
Of course.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
It's not in the game.
The end of practice.
Yeah, end of practice.
Or at the beginning of practice when you have fresh ice. That's the easiest.
Yeah. But never in a game, though.
I would never think about doing it in a game.
Never try that.
Okay. CJ from Fife. I think CJ wants a job as a hockey agent. He's asking, would you ever come play pro in Scotland?
Yeah, I mean, if the opportunity is good and I got a good agent like yourself, I'm in.
Yeah, for sure, I would too. Don't close any doors. Everything's an opportunity. So, yeah for sure.
And I had such a good time last time I was there. Yeah, of course, I'd want to come back.
Yeah. Well, we only have 3 teams to choose from, so
yeah,
we'd probably see you at a rink somewhere.
I had a buddy playing Glasgow. So
who's that?
Tyson Wilson. He was my roommate at school for 1 year.
When was it? Was it at Clan? Glasgow Clan?
Yeah, he played probably 3 years ago. 3 years ago, maybe.
Some of the kids might know better than I do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Harris McMillan has some questions about, so what kind of practice would you recommend us doing during lockdown? Some exercises, shooting, stick handling, off ice stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough question because you guys have been in lockdown for so long. Yeah, as if you can, you know, grab a stick and a puck or a ball once a day, twice a day, and just have fun like you know, Niels Hoglander would do out in the woods in Sweden. Just find anything you can do that you know, is hockey related, and just enjoy it.
Yeah, I would definitely say with a stick, or just go grab a stick and just start playing. That's the best way you're going to create skills with hockey, is having a stick in your hands. And I don't think you have to be so worried about putting on weight or anything with the lockdown. It's more about just, yeah, picking up a stick and having that skill level be your main focus. I think it's going to help you for sure.
Yeah. Raymond Simpson from Aberdeen, he's got actually a good question here. So for both of you, what role do you play on the team? Are you the joker, the serious guy, the quiet leader, I guess in charge of the music?
Oh man, I guess I'm kind of a joker, but I don't know. Pretty
for
quiet.
Other people to say, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. You can ask Matson what he thinks about me.
Yeah, I think Brady's a joker. I think a lot of the Swedish guys like Brady because he tries to speak Swedish, and a lot of Swedes really respect that when you go out, break down your walls, and it shows that you're vulnerable, and Swedes really respect that. So they really have a high respect for Brady, which is fun to see, because I haven't seen any other North Americans trying to speak Swedish. So it's fun to see that. No, but I think me and Brady both have similar roles on the team. We played together probably for 90% of the games this season, and we play in our fourth line, but I really wouldn't consider us a fourth line. We both have we think the game pretty similar. We're both pretty playful and skillful players at the same time, but we know that defense comes first in a lot of situations to win in this league. So we really adapted that to our game, and through our coaches, they have different roles they want us to do, and we kill penalties together as well, which is really fun. You take pride in that as well. It's a huge part of the game. You know, as a young player, you didn't really think about penalty killing as going to help you be a pro hockey player later in your career, but it's definitely something that's fun. And if you take pride in what you do, every role is fun. So we really embrace it this season, and I think we've helped our team really get to where we're at.
Okay. Definitely.
Yeah, that's the difference when it comes to successful teams, isn't it? Everyone buying into their role.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Okay. Cooper Colley again. Have you ever scored a game-winning goal?
Oh yeah.
And do you have any Swedish hockey records? I guess Taylor, you might have more chance from being there a lot longer.
Yeah, I've definitely had some game-winning goals, but I'm coming up on, I think I'm like top 10 or something in games played in Rogle history. So that's kind of a cool stat. Like I said, I'm not the guy that's going to go out and score a ton of goals, but it's fun to show your loyal and leadership by being in one club for so many years. And so I'm almost at 400 games here in the club, so it's pretty fun. And yeah, hoping for a few more here.
Yeah. Okay. CJ from Fife again. What number do you wear and why? Is there a reason for it?
I wear number 12 because when I went to play juniors, they gave me number 12, and then went to school, and I stuck with 12. So that's why.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I wear number 17. I had two choices when I came to Sweden. It was between 17 or 22. I just thought 17 was cooler, so I went with that. But I grew up with number 9 my whole career. But that number is retired here in the club, so I couldn't have it.
Mike Madonna.
Mike Madonna, baby.
Okay. How often? So this is from Greg B again. How how often do your US family and friends normally get to see you and get to see you play? I guess he's meaning out with COVID in normal times. Have they been over to visit, to catch a few games, or can you catch the games live back home? Or?
Yeah, my parents usually come once a season to catch a few games. They stay for maybe 2 weeks. So it's pretty fun. We try to plan it around Christmas or something where they can see some games and then spend some downtime together. So they come once a year, and then I go home once a year. So it's kind of every 6 months we get to see each other. And they also have a broadcasting Seymour app. That's where they can watch the games at home. So my parents are pretty engaged and get to watch. They stay ahead and watch every game, and when they can and not working. So yeah, it's fun to have them here when they come. It's like I said, the culture and everything here, and being in a new country is fun for them.
Yeah. Brady, has your folks made it over yet, or has it always been COVID times?
Yeah, just with COVID, they haven't been able to come over here. But my first 2 years pro, I was in Canada. They didn't make it to Canada, but when we played closer to Texas, they visited. They came to Florida, watched me play over American Thanksgiving. So that was pretty cool to see them there. But I would always go home during the summers. But obviously, it's a bit weird with COVID.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So Zach Docherty from Lanarkshire, I think, Zach, aren't you? Zach is asking you to give us your best Scottish accent.
Brady,
I know Taylor's just went on silent there, so he must have thought that one.
Brady's got an
I don't know. I don't even know if
Scotland.
I might need a couple of pints of me to do that.
Can you ask someone for a pint of Iron Brew? A pint.
Hey, Ben, you can't even do it.
Hey, can I get a pint of the Irish Brew?
Yeah.
Eddie,
That was pretty good.
can you get me an Irish brew?
Do you like haggis?
Oh, haggis.
No, say it in Scottish. Can I get some haggis?
Yeah, I liked it. Don't tell me what it is though. I already forgot.
You don't know.
Yeah, Matson, you gotta look up what haggis is.
I'll look it up after this.
Don't look up. Just taste it.
I tried it and it's pretty good, but you can't know what it is.
No, just eat it.
As long as it tastes good. Have you guys had an opportunity to go travelling when you're over in Europe?
When I first got here, we went to Copenhagen. It was like a probably 2-hour train.
Yeah.
Matson has been here way longer. He's been all over the place.
Yeah, I've been. Let's see. We've been to Malaga, Spain. We've been to London. We've been to Paris, Venice, Italy. Yeah, those are some of the places we've been. We get a couple breaks during the hockey season for the national team breaks in November and February, so it's a fun time to take a long weekend to some of the warmer countries and visit a little bit. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, if you like castles, hills, and golf, then Scotland's worth a visit.
Yeah.
That's my bit for the Scottish Tourist Board done.
It's on the list. It's on the list.
Yeah. Caden wants your predictions. Who's winning the Stanley Cup this year?
I'm gonna say, I don't know, the Leafs, I guess. They're pretty good right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Leafs, but I'll go with Edmonton with McDavid there, just to throw an oddball.
I think Edmonton.
Funnily enough, I think the Leafs. So there you go. It's 2-2.
The Leafs haven't got a hope in hell.
And Lindsay would say the Leafs as well. So that's 3-2. We win.
But they say that every year. They've been saying it for about 50 years.
Well, it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Rab Henderson asking a question about being homesick. I think we've had that one answered already. Rab, the guys touched on that one just about 10 minutes ago. Zach Doherty says, Zach, you ask a lot of good questions. If you didn't play ice hockey, what career do you think you would have taken?
Oh man, not sports related. When I was a kid, I always liked like I was interested in how they built buildings. So probably an architect maybe. But I'm not very good at math, so that's why I play hockey.
That's funny you say that, Brady, because when I grew up, I didn't know that about you, but I wanted to be an architect as well. But yeah, it's weird. But I went to college actually wanting to be a physical therapist. That's how my first couple of years I was taking classes to do that. But it got to be too much with hockey and stuff, so I had to switch to a business major. But I think I would like to be a physical therapist. I've had, like I said, a lot of injuries throughout my career, and I like to give. It would be fun to rehab people back to normal after surgeries and kind of be hands-on with people after injuries. So that's something I would do.
Okay. Good. So David McInnes, he would like to know what it was like playing for the Toronto Marlies, Brady. And did you enjoy living in Toronto?
Yeah, Toronto is an awesome city. It's massive. It's a lot to do there, but it was pretty cool to play with a lot of the young prospects in that organization, and to kind of see where those guys are at now. It's pretty cool. They actually have a lot of Swedes on that on the Leafs and on the Marlies, so
yeah,
it was pretty cool to kind of come over here, and a few of them played for Rogle. And I think one of the guys on the Leafs right now, his younger brother, is in the junior team here. So, but it's a really, really good organization. I can't say anything bad about them.
Yeah. Did you have AJ McLean as a coach over there?
Yeah, he was the assistant coach there. So
yeah,
great.
A lot of the Scottish guys will know him from Dundee Stars. He was captain Dundee Stars for the Elite League for a few years.
I didn't know that. Yeah, he's a really good coach. He helped me out a lot.
Yeah, good guy as well.
Really good guy.
Okay, Finlay Sawyers. He's asking about the Michigan move again. Yep, we've already had that one. Max Law would like to know, Taylor, are you happy the Wild are on a winning streak of 4 and sitting good in the NHL standings just now?
Yeah.
Do you follow the Wild?
Always fun to see the Wild win. They got some new young talent in there with Kaprizov, the Russian guy, is pretty fun to watch. So I hope they can make a run in the playoffs, but they've always let me down in the first round against Vancouver. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Greg B would like to know, what Swedish food do you try and avoid the most? Is there any local foods that you're like, no way?
I don't know. I like to try anything. So I tried haggis, so I pretty much eat anything.
Fair point.
Yeah, I guess the salt, they have a black salt licorice here. We're not so fond of that from the States. It's pretty disgusting candy, but we've been known to try it on the bus trips a little bit. But yeah, other than that, the Swedish food's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Cooper Colley again. He's wondering if you guys play NHL 21 on PlayStation or Xbox.
A little bit.
I think he's won a game actually.
You want a game? You'd probably beat me. I'm not very good. No, I don't play too much. I know the younger guys play quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to play. I don't play anymore. But maybe 2015, maybe it was my game.
I read books now and play solitaire on the iPad.
Yeah, some of us can remember EA Hockey '94. So
Yeah,
which was the best one, by the way.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Gregor Donaldson. He says, what was the most unexpected loss of the season so far? Was it Malmo or Farstad? Have I got that pronounced right? I don't know, etc.
I don't know. I don't try to think about our losses too much.
Once they're gone, eh?
Yeah, you could just forget about them right after the game. That's my motto.
It's good, Brady.
Yeah.
Okay. Darren Campbell's wondering what the time difference is in Sweden.
I think we're an hour ahead, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hour ahead. Yeah.
Are you like 10:20 just now? Yeah.
10:20.
Yeah. So it's 1 hour down. Gregor Donaldson again. What do you think of Hoaglander's 2019-20 Michigan goal against Djurgården? I'm getting good with these Swedish names.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. No, but that was last season. Brady, you weren't here, but his goal was, it's insane. If you watch that video, just the idea he has to even perform that move in a game like that is it's crazy. I know all the young players are trying to duplicate that move now all the time in practice, and but it's pretty cool. And I know the defender that tried to defend him, he's a huge profile player here in Sweden, so it was fun to see it happen against him. So he's got the highlight reel to follow him for the rest of his life. So it's pretty funny.
It's awesome.
Okay. Finlay Sawyer says it was 2019 that Tyson Wilson played in Glasgow. So there you go. And he's also asking Taylor, do you think you'll stay for a testimonial year, so 10 years with one team?
Yeah, that would be awesome to do that. No, yeah, my heart is in this club here in Rogle, so I wanna play here as long as my body enables me to do that, and I'm feeling good. So I'm hoping for 3 more to get to that 10. So I can definitely see that.
Okay, Rory's asking, and this actually kind of links into the last question. So to both of you, where do you see yourselves in 5 years' time?
I mean, I kind of think we talked about it earlier. I try not to think too far ahead. I think once you start thinking, a year in advance, you're not thinking about your current team and what needs to be accomplished here, and then you might start playing pretty bad and then go downhill from there. So, but hopefully still playing at a high level hockey. But
maybe in Glasgow, Fergie. You might be in Glasgow.
Yeah, maybe. It's Cooper's my agent.
Yeah. Where's Cooper from? Is he from Aberdeen, Barry?
Aberdeen. It was CJ that was asking. It was
CJ.
Yeah, maybe in Aberdeen.
Yeah.
You get in the elite league.
Be a good deal. I'll be there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Taylor,
Okay.
5 years' time. Any plans?
Yeah, same as Brady. Kind of just. I'm a little bit older, but I still want to be playing at a high level hockey. I'll be 37 then, but no, for sure, I would definitely like to have some kids and build a family with my Swedish wife. We have a house here and everything, so yeah, just continue and enjoy life. And I hope to be playing hockey as long as I can, because it's I don't want to do anything else. And hockey is a love of your life. You want to play as long as you can. So so hopefully we'll be doing that in 5 years.
Okay, last few questions, just 2 or 3 to go. Max Law, he would like to know, what stick flex do you use? Getting technical now.
I use 87 flex. Yeah, I like it a little stiffer because I'm a centerman, and I find if I go any lower, it just gets too whippy.
Yeah, I use an 82 flex, so just one level below Brady. Just a little bit more whip. I play winger, so it's kind of nice to get some quicker shots off. And I'm a shorter guy with a shorter stick, so I cut my stick down a little bit too, so it makes it a little bit stiffer.
Okay.
Are you, Taylor, are you a CCM guy, a Bauer guy, a Warrior?
We're sponsored by Bauer and on our team, so we have to use all Bauer gear. But it's pretty good.
What curve do you use? Curve pattern?
What curve do you use?
Oh, I have like a custom curve.
Oh yeah.
I just play a bunch of guys have different stuff, but I have a big curve that I got from a previous teammate. So it's not even a curve you can get at your local hockey store.
Just like old school, you get the burner out and you just make your own curve. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fairly cool. What curve? What pattern you on? Just
I'm pretty basic. I think it's called P92.
Yeah.
It's like a Hall. I think Taylor Hall, or like it's pretty flat with a little bit of curve.
Yeah.
Just for draws, really.
You need to swap a couple of those lefts for rights.
Yeah.
Bring them over for me.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I like a P92 as well. Look great on the bench, just leaning on.
Just leaning on it.
Yeah.
There's no need to tape it every period, Barry.
It looks new every period.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Okay, this one's a new one on me. Some of you guys might know it. Max Law is asking, have you ever done a Kucherov special move?
What is that?
I don't know.
I think it's the no move, Brady.
Yeah, the no move.
The stick handle.
Probably tried it in practice, but not in the game.
And the goalie's just going, "What are you doing?"
We had a guy try it in the game this year, and didn't score, but it looked cool.
Yeah. It's something for the coaches to get annoyed at when it doesn't come off. You try.
Go to bench straight away.
Okay. Harris McMillan. This may be the last serious one of the night. If you could go back in time and give yourself a bit of advice, what would it be?
Wow.
Oh, that's deep for this time of night.
We've just been harping on like to enjoy it and have fun. So I'm gonna try to come up with a different answer. But maybe don't get too stressed out if things aren't going your way. Like let's say during COVID, I was pretty stressed, and I was like, I thought I was gonna have to quit hockey and find a job. So then things ended up working out, a month later. So, but I guess during those times, I would have told myself to relax a bit and take it easy, enjoy the time off, and then get back to work whenever it comes available.
Yeah, it's super tough to answer, but kind of building off what Brady said. I felt like I was not stressed when I was a younger player, but just like we talked about earlier, that felt like the need that you needed to perform well all the time, and felt like you had eyes on you, watching you, scouts, and so just I don't know. I think just more like just enjoy the moment and don't care about who's watching you, and just be yourself. Always be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not, because if you're yourself and you're going to be playing your hockey game, you're going to be playing your best game. So just be true to yourself, even if you got major influences from whoever. Just be yourself, and it doesn't matter if you're at college with guys that are way cooler than you that you think that are first rounders or whatever. You should just be yourself, and don't let anyone take that away from you.
Yep. Okay, good advice. Last two. Brody K says, I had the privilege of being coached by Joachim Lundstrom. Have any of you ever played against him or with him?
I haven't.
Joachim Lundstrom.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy that plays in Skellefteå, Brady, number 10. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, might be him.
Yeah. Okay. And Caden says, excluding myself, who's the best player in the world?
Taylor Matson for sure.
Brady Ferguson.
There you go. Two teammates.
Say he's the best.
Perfect.
So can I just ask one kind of last question for me, guys? I know kind of saw this, but is there any kind of summary, any good advice you give these young guys, young girls that are on the call about they want to take a career up in hockey? Any good advice from your experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been saying it all day, but just don't take it for granted. Like, you guys are playing a pretty cool sport that, you know, it'll give you lifelong memories, and you can travel the world and you know, meet new people and see different cultures. But it's a pretty cool sport to be playing. But I would just keep working hard, and I think me, Taylor, and myself have, you know, we've put in the work in probably our whole careers to get to this point, and it doesn't stop here. It just keeps getting more difficult, and you can't really stop putting the work in and stop loving the game. So it's an everyday job, no days off.
Yeah, well said, Brady. I just say follow your dreams and never stop dreaming. Just to build off that.
Cool. Okay, doke. Right. So, so Cooper Colley had to get the last word. Question number 326 from him. Have you ever met Wayne Gretzky?
No, I met
No.
Crosby. That was the coolest player I met, was Crosby.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah, it's pretty close.
Okay.
I met Brady Ferguson once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yes. I heard he was the best player in the world.
He was the best player in Cope Bridge once.
For a week.
For a week.
Thanks for having us on, guys. This was good.
Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
I think that's great, guys. I think everybody's learned a lot from tonight. So just want to thank the guys for coming on and spending the time with you guys. And I'd like to think all the Scottish kids are going to watch you on TV when you're on Free Sports on the 13th of March. Guys, please look out for that. Watch the guys, support the guys. There are a few new Scottish supporters, I think, from here on in.
That's awesome.
Really nice meeting you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been awesome speaking with you, and it's been good fun, and I'm sure everyone will, although they're all on mute, they'll all be saying thank you. There's a lot of thank yous coming in the chat there as well. Just a few things in the pipeline in terms of our online content. Tomorrow, I think, tomorrow we have the second part of the Colin Grubbs goalie seminar.
4
So
p.m. 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Yep.
So any goalies or any coaches want to jump on that, feel free. On Sunday we have the Zoom workouts with Rob Henderson again. Martin, you got the times for that?
Yep. So the 18s and the 15s are on at 11 a.m. and 11 till 12. And the under 13s, under 10s are on at 12 p.m.
There you go. Okay, so
watch up the SIHA website, the links are there and the times are all there.
perfect. Cool. Okay, so it just leaves me to say thank you everybody for joining us again Friday Night Live. Keep an eye out on the website because there'll be announcements for next week's guest or guests. And we know we've got a couple of really good things, really cool things coming up in the next couple of weeks as well to keep your eyes and ears out for. And I think all that remains to do is say thank you again to Brady and Taylor. Guys, if you want to stay on just a little minute, we'll have just a catch up. But everyone else, stay safe, good night, and we'll see you all at the online stuff going forward. Cheers, everyone.
See you guys.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah.